On that note, just a reminder as well, if you do have a coming together with someone and you know it's your fault, please just pull off the racing line and wait for the guy who you tapped or took out to recover safely in front of you, and then you can be on your merry way. If you're the guy who's the victim, I mean, just keep that in mind. If for some reason, the guy drives off ahead of you without waiting for you, just rejoin the track yourself. Don't then go and be a martyr or find the guy online and start raging in Discord or YouTube or whatever. Please just log a race investigation request. We have a formal form that you can fill in on the website, and you can submit your grievance that way for the stewards, so we'll look at any post-race penalties if there need to be. What else? I don't know how the weather's looking on Div 2 at the moment. I'm on the Div 3 track and it looks sunny.
Div 2 is the same. I just want to go back to that qualifying. The pace car, the pace lap guys. So just from experience, if you're in the lower, if you're at the back of the grid, or I don't know what positions and how many people are on tonight, but for instance, when the lights went green, I was still behind the last corner. I hadn't even got onto the straight when the race had started. So keep that in mind. When you're in the single file, you're going to be a long way back from the start-finish line. By the time you get round and down that start-finish straight and to the first corner, T1 is tight, as you know. So you're not going to be able to slow down like you normally do in quali. There's cars in front of you, your brakes are cold, a whole lot of things. So lift off and just make sure you brake early and take the first corner and the whole first section into account. It's going to be very tight for the first lap.
Just be overly cautious. You'll thank yourself for it later. Another thing I wanted to remind everyone is the pit stops. So we have a mandatory pit stop, just one. When you take it, I don't want to say it's up to you. I think there is a pit window.
Yes, there is a pit window. I'll tell you when it's open.
Yeah, so just pay attention to the information on your screen as to when it opens and when it closes. You don't want to miss that boat. What you do in the pit stop is completely up to you. You don't have to change tires. You don't have to put fuel in. You need to do at least one thing though, whether that's tires, fuel, or repairing something. So in other words, your car has to come to a complete stop and then roll off again for the pit stop to actually count and reduce your pit stop counter.
And to add to that, you need to turn the engine off. So you've got to have mapped ignition. For all the new guys that are here tonight, nothing here is making your lives easier. You've got to be able to, you've got to have an ignition mapping and an engine start button. And when you pull into the pits and stop, you have to turn the engine off. Otherwise, that pit stop won't work.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I have a question, guys, if you don't mind.
Go for it, Roman.
I just wanted to ask, that pit window, do you know more or less which laps it happens in between? Or like how far into the race? Because I don't know, I'm racing in VR and sometimes it doesn't show up those notifications.
Your crew chief will tell you that if you're running crew chief, but it's something like it's after lap 8 and it's before lap 43 or something like that. So it's in the middle.
So it's quite a big.
It is a big window. It's not narrow. It's not 2 or 3 laps. It's a big window. But I don't. Ron, I don't know. You
radio check.
I'm not sure.
Well, I was just looking in the configs now. I don't think we actually do set it. It's kind of we go with whatever defaults are. But that being said, it's basically like they don't want to make you take a pit stop on the last couple of laps.
Yeah, it can't work like that. So it's at least 5 laps in and 5 laps before the end or something like that, Roman.
Okay, no, that's perfect.
Question.
Yes, sir.
I just want to clarify. I know on the formation lap and the lap and the lights go green. You're only allowed to race when you pass the start-finish line.
That's incorrect. As the lights go green, you can nail
You
it.
can race.
Yeah.
All right, thanks,
So
guys.
if you further back and you're on the inside of the last corner, Peter,
Yeah.
and it goes green and the guy's dwelling and he's gone wide, go around the inside of him and go down the straight.
Lights
I
go
just
green.
want to
The whole
clarify
field is under race conditions.
Cool. But
And-
Just so to clarify for everyone that has joined recently, it is single file.
yes,
Yeah.
guys, this
Yeah.
is not a double file thing like in the other open
Yeah.
foyer races. We do this on purpose to try and minimize the amount of accidents that happen. So look, when you're sitting on the grid, check who is
Radio
ahead
check.
of you, not out your windscreen, but on your timing screen. That'll tell you who the person is, and that's the guy you need to be behind.
Okay.
Anything else?
Nope.
Maybe just one point in Div 3 server, Alan, I don't know if you can see the clock on Div 2, but Div 3 we're running a bit behind, but ignore the clock. I'm going to force it to qualifying when we hit 8 o'clock sharp.
Cool. So we've got 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go, but
Yeah.
that's fine for these guys. Look, I'm only starting the stream at 8:30, so I'm only going to pick up the last 15 minutes of quali and then the whole race.
Yeah, but just check qualifying starts on time, Al.
I will.
Yeah, otherwise you may need to force it to start.
Cool. And in Div 2, whoever wins this race, come do the usual and come and meet me and join me in that the white holding room, the waiting room, the on-air briefing waiting room. Sorry, off-air waiting room, and we'll pull you in for a quick interview at the end of the race.
Okay, I will.
Nice, dude.
All right, you're almost out of time. Any other questions? Looks good. All right, have a good race, everyone.
line. Show them what you got.